Guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long since my last video, like 8 months, 9 months, but I just been like so busy, and this takes a lot more time to do than I expected. So I finally made time to make another video. This is gonna be a Christmas look, as you can see. I wanted something that was like Christmassy, red and green, but not like too bright to where it's not really wearable. So I came up with this. So yeah, I didn't do my eyebrows in this video either because I'm like not really satisfied with my eyebrow look yet. But if you guys still want to see like an eyebrow tutorial, then you can just like this video. But yeah, like, subscribe, you know, and continue watching. Hope you enjoy. Merry Christmas. Mwah. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Filter Finish Protective Primer. Oh, that's a mouthful. But this is actually my first time using this primer. I've heard so many good things about it, so I'll let you guys know how I like it. But it basically like minimizes all your pores. It's supposed to really help your makeup stay on. So I'm just going to rub this in, as you can see. And then next I'm going to take my Morphe 9B Bronze Babe palette, and I'm using the shade Hang 10, and I'm going to use this in the crease, and I'm applying it with my Morphe M441 brush, and I'm just going to put that in the crease as like my transition shade. So I'm just blending that in. Just blend that out. You can't really even see it on camera, but it's there. It's my transition shade. Next, I'm going to take the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette, and I'm using the shade Potion. And I'm just taking that and I'm applying it in my crease and kind of blended it into the transition shade. And I was kind of disappointed with this because the color payoff wasn't what I was anticipating. I felt like the color wasn't really bright as I wanted it to be, but whatever. I'm just adding that into the crease, and I'm using the same Morphe M441 brush to do this. And I'm just doing the same thing on the other side, blending that into the transition color. And I'm still using the same palette, but this time I'm taking the color Inside Job, and I'm going to apply this with the MAC 239 brush. And this is more of like a flatter brush, so I'm taking this in the crease and kind of making it more defined and adding some definition into that, while also blending it into the first shade that I put down. And at this point, I just started making a mess. I'm getting the eyeshadow all on the wrong part of my eye, but it's okay because we're just going to clean that up at the end. And honestly, I was kind of rushing because I had a Christmas party to go to after this, and I was already running late, so I just kind of started getting sloppy. But now I'm taking the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre, and I'm going to kind of use this to create my cut crease. Now this cut crease that I did, it's not a super sharp cut crease because I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted to kind of be more of a softer cut crease, so I didn't make it really defined on purpose. So I'm just applying that with the Morphe M421 brush. And I'm going to take the Dark Magic palette again, and this time I'm using the shade Temptress. And I'm going to apply that with the Real Technique shading brush. And I'm kind of just adding that to the outer corner of my eye to create more definition and kind of blending it into the soft ochre paint pot that I put down. I want everything to look really blended. I don't want any sharp, harsh lines. Okay, next I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus spray and I'm going to spray my brush. I'm using the MAC 242 brush. And then this is also a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, but this one's called Armed and Gorgeous. I'm going to take the shade Guilt Trip out of that one, and I'm going to apply it to my eyelids. And I'm like applying it right on top of the paint pot that I put down. Now at this point, I'm like, this shit looks a hot ass mess. Like, I was not feeling it at all. But I almost always feel like that every time I do my eyeshadow. But you just gotta push through and keep going. And at the end, it always turns out right. So you just have to overcome that ugly phase of it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm like, this was way outside of my comfort zone because I usually stay away from colors. I like nudes and things like that. But I made it work. So now I'm going to take the MAC Dazzle shadow in the shade Blinking Brilliant. And I'm just going to apply that on top of the lids. I didn't really like that gold shadow. It wasn't as gold as I wanted it to be. So that's why I'm adding this on top to kind of give it more of a sparkle effect. Alright, so now I'm going to clean up the huge mess that I made with a makeup wipe. It's just like a regular Neutrogena makeup wipe. I'm kind of just cleaning it up and making it look pretty. Okay, now time for foundation. I'm using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the color Cadiz. And I'm applying it with a damp beauty blender, of course. I love my beauty blender. Like, I can't use anything else for my foundation. Unless I'm using the Fenty foundation, because that does not go on well with a beauty blender. You need a brush for that. But anything else, I need my beauty blender. And it has to be damp. Okay, next I'm going to highlight, and I'm using the NARS, I cannot talk. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Biscuit, and once I apply it, I blend it right out after I apply it, because I feel like this concealer dries quickly, and it makes it hard to blend it out how I like. So I apply it under the eye, one eye, and then I blend it out. Then I apply it under the other eye, and then I blend it out, and so on and so forth. And now I'm going to put it down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead. I like to do my Cupid's bow I like to do my upper lip and then my chin. And I'm just going to blend that out. I'm using the same beauty blender that I use for my foundation. Now it's time for contour. I am going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in the color Walnut. And I like to apply that to my cheekbones, forehead, and then down the bridge of my nose. And that's the only place that I contour. I don't like to go real crazy with the contour. And I'm going to blend that out with the Morphe E59 brush on my cheeks and my forehead. And then when I get to my forehead, I like to blend it like back into my hairline. It just makes it look more flawless. If it goes, like, you gotta get it back into the hairline. And then on my nose, I'm actually using the Morphe MB15 brush to blend that out, and I'm kind of bringing it up into the beginning of my eyebrows, and then down to the tip of my nose. And I like my contour to be really soft, so I'm using this fluffy brush. It's just some generic brush, I don't even know where it's from, but I'm kind of like blending it out a little bit more because I don't like hard lines. Then I'm going to take my Laura Mercier powder and my Ben Nye banana powder, mix them together, and I'm going to apply that everywhere that I highlighted with my beauty blender. And then I'm also going to go under my contour with it as well to kind of make it more defined. And once that is applied, I'm just going to take a fluffy little brush and just blend all of that out. Brush it away. Then I'm going to take my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Sun Powder. At this point, something was happening with my camera. My camera cut off. So during the break, I applied my lashes and some eyeliner. And now I'm going to basically take every shade that I used on my eyeshadow. Well, not every shade. I'm only using the green shades. And I'm going to add it to my waterline. Now I'm going in with the Inside Job shade, which was the darker one. And I'm just adding that to the bottom waterline. Now for blush, I'm using the MAC Blush in Swiss Chocolate. And that's just a Real Techniques blush brush that I'm applying it with. And then I'm going to spray my face with my MAC Fix Plus before I apply my highlighter. And of course, I'm using the Amrezy highlighter. It's my favorite one. And I'm applying it with, that's a Morphe brush, but the numbers rubbed off, so I'm not sure which one it is. But yeah, I'm just going to apply that to my cheekbones. I was feeling myself. I love highlighter. That's my favorite part of my makeup, is putting on a highlighter. And I'm also going to apply it to the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and then a little bit like on my chin as well. Oh, and then I'm going to put some of it in my inner corners of my eyes as well. And also to my eyebrow bone. Basically, all the places where you would like highlight, where so the light hits you, you'll be looking popping, you know. And now time for lips. I'm using MAC lip liner in the color Currant. And when you're doing red lips, you gotta make sure that your lip pencil is super sharp because you need to apply it with absolute precision. Because if it's not perfect, like when it's red, it just looks a hot mess. So you gotta make sure that that lip liner is on point and precise. And then I'm kind of going on my lips with it as well to kind of make a more ombre effect. And then I'm going in with the Keisha Kaur lipstick in the color Mistress. This is my favorite red lipstick because her stuff really doesn't move. And now, finishing up with my Urban Decay setting spray. And voila! We're finished. I hope you enjoy.